Of Leon, Molly's Chambers on XFM 104.9. Thanks to Lauren Laverne there for the last few hours. Coming up, we have got some great music, Steve. We've got Kings of Leon, as you heard. We've got Alba, we've got the Darks, we've got Coldplay, Coral, Rolling Stones, we've got some Springsteen, the Smiths. Do you know what I mean? Do you need any more? And with all that, we've still got Pete Skinner with his wacky weather report.
Excellent, good old Pete.
Hey?
Nice to have him back.
Good news, Steve. Got some here, brought in. It's just a normal soup. It's Rooster's Pride. What flavour soup's that, Steve?
Oh, I know what you brought that, and it's all it's a genuine article, and it's cock soup. Can I have a close look at that? Maybe there's some more humour I can draw.
What, you want a closer look at my cock soup?
Just a cock soup. Let me just. It says here delicious, appetising.
Oh,
3 to 4 servings.
You know what I'm thinking of when you're talking about the soup?
I'm thinking of innuendo.
I'm just thinking of a man's cock.
Penises, yeah. Let me just.
It's the darkness.
Use Rooster's Pride cock soup as a snack with crackers or toast.
Still thinking of a normal knob.
An appetiser, again, or a soup base. That doesn't really work as an innuendo.
No,
that's disappointing. We'll work on that though.
XFM 104.9. Going well, isn't it?
I've enjoyed it so far.
It's been a bit naughty and everything.
Yeah, it was a bit like, smut. Nothing wrong with that.
No. Carl.
Alright.
Having a good day?
Not bad.
Yeah?
What mood are you in this week?
What
we
mood
were
is that?
trying to assess each week, you know, it's a bit edgy.
He's got a red head. What's all that? You've got a red head all around the side and the front. What's that?
Sunburn?
No, I think I'm allergic to having my head rubbed.
Right. Right, now who would rub your head? That sounds a bizarre thing. Your girlfriend?
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Rubbing your head?
Well, yeah, but, I was squeezing his head, fair enough, and he was screaming in agony, and then he went and made me a cup of coffee, and as he came over, just spilt boiling hot coffee on my legs. I'm all wearing shorts, and he went, sorry, just like that. It's like a series of Jackass out there this morning. I mean, my legs are burnt, your head's a little bit red. But apart from that, having a good day?
Not bad. I was on the way in today, right, Steve?
Walking in?
Walking in, always walking in. I get left early and stuff. I like to get in early, get some bits done, that.
Yeah. Monkey News, songs of phrase.
That sort of thing. And living in London, right, there's a lot of shops that open early and stuff. Do you know what I mean? People say that's a good thing about London.
Yeah.
It's almost like 24-hour city and stuff, right? I'm walking in and there's like, you know, you've got your news agents open.
Obviously.
You know, selling newspapers and that's good. They've got to be open early. Then you've got your coffee shops, your Starbucks,
Have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Do you know what I mean? They're doing well in the morning. Then you see like the odd restaurant and you think, well, maybe they sort of got the doors open but they're preparing for lunch, so you think, fair enough.
Yeah. I'll let that pass.
Yeah. Carrying on walking down the road. Bondage shop. Open.
Sure.
About 10:30.
Yeah.
Busy, was it?
There's a couple in.
Really?
Some good offers. About 10:30 for a bondage shop.
I'm assuming if you're into bondage though, you stock up at any time, day or night. I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, I assume it.
That's when you get up and you go, I've got nothing on, I need to be a bit tied down.
Yeah.
I need some rope.
These clothes are too baggy, I need more belts.
God.
I need more straps.
Yeah, get some rubber on my face.
Weird, don't it?
What are you doing in there?
So, just having a browse. But, so a bit worried really, because the things that I've noticed this week like that's probably a little bit smutty. You've brought your soup in.
I just found it out there. Yeah. It is Rooster's Pride, cock soup, noodle soup mix, chicken flavour. But I mean, do they not know that is obviously just going to be used on the Graham Norton show and Chris Tarrant when he's doing his show abroad?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? Well, how could they call it cock soup in this day and age?
I don't keep saying it.
Well, no, it's fine, because you say cock as long as it means the male we've done this.
Oh, do you mean a chicken?
Yeah, look, it's a picture of a chicken.
Yeah, sorry.
What did you think it meant?
No, I don't know, I don't know, my head.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But, there's something else that's a bit sort of...
A bit blue?
A little bit blue, but then it's real as well, do you know what I mean?
Well,
this is the problem.
It.
Go on.
There's a programme.
We couldn't have said the cock soup if we'd made it up, but because it's real. It's fine.
Yeah. We also couldn't have said the cock soup if we'd have meant a male penis.
Thankfully we don't. So.
We mean a little chicken. Go on.
Yeah, this programme was on. It was Wednesday night, something. About this little lad. It was a fella and a woman.
At the same time.
What do you mean?
Like a cartoon with a secret identity?
By night? What do you mean? He had both
by day a boy, by night a woman?
He had it all.
What do you... Sorry, wait. So he had male and female genitalia. So what do you call someone that's born like that?
Weird.
Now, what's the term for it? Go on. You know it. We've talked about it before.
Aphrodite?
Nearly! So close! Hermaphrodite. Yeah, hermaphrodite. Yeah.
That's weird, don't it?
Yeah.
And he had the ball.
Yeah.
And he had the...
Well, what happened was he was born, right?
Obviously.
And the doctor said, there you go. Lovely little boy and girl. So the mum was like, what? So he said...
No, I don't think the doctor was sarcastic.
Yeah, what?
I don't think the doctor was, sort of dissing them.
Yeah.
There you go. What do you mean, doctor? I'm gonna have a look. There's a cock, there's a minch. Alright, see you later. What are you gonna call? Hit. But doctor, what do you mean? Have a look. He wasn't sarcastic. He didn't give clues.
Tell me what you mean. Give me a straight answer.
He probably went, oh shit, she's got a cock. He didn't go, he wasn't sarky to the parents.
No, but I'm just getting across, do you know what I mean? I always had a little bit just to...
Yeah, I know you do, yeah. You should be a newsreader. Be brilliant.
So there's a little kid lying there.
Yeah.
And the mum says, you know, what am I gonna do then? So, the doctor, I mean, I'm condensing this, it was like an hour long.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, he says, she said, what will I do? And the doctor said, well, he's not sort of well hung.
Right.
Oh,
So,
he's not sort of well on. This doctor I assume has been struck off since for saying these things.
It was a real doctor, it wasn't Dr. Fox.
Yeah. Right,
so the doctor said, so I recommend that we make it a woman.
Right.
So, they thought I'd do a little bit of...
Jiggery pokery.
Yeah, a little bit of work. And
I don't think that's true, Carl.
No, it is, it was on the programme.
But I think they can tell, really what they were meant to be from their chromosomes, can't they? They can tell whether X, Y, Y,
yeah, not just, it's not very well hung.
No, I tell you what, because back then, when this was going on...
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking they might not have had...
The doctors then thought if you had a kid, right, and you thought, it's a bit ugly, maybe it'll have a better life if it was a fella. If it was a girl and it's a bit ugly and you think it's going to get hard time.
Right, don't talk shite.
What?
What, that a doctor would go, right, you've had a young girl, I'll tell you what, she's a pig, let's pop a cock on her. Don't
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, say if you have like I say, a girl, I just think it's harder if a girl's ugly and she's growing up, she has a harder time.
Yeah.
Don't you agree with that?
Possibly, but you don't change someone when they
No, yeah.
You don't change their gender because they're
I'm just
a bit of a
saying,
minger.
what I'm saying is the Elephant Man would have had a harder time if it was Elephant Woman, is what I'm saying. But listen to me, listen. What the doctor was saying is, if you get a baby before it's 2, back then they thought you could sort of say, well, instead of giving it a go-kart, give it dolls to play with.
Right, back when? What are we talking about?
The Middle Ages?
We'll put a song on, come back to this.
Yeah, it's Bruce Springsteen City on XFM 104.9. Okay, look, have another go, Carl. What were you saying? As an hermaphrodite, it was born, both sets. The doctor said he's not well hung, let's lose that.
Let's get rid of that.
Let's make it into a girl. Okay. I'm with you so far, go on then.
So, anyway, gets away with it a little bit in the early years. Right. Starts going to school, gets away with it a little bit.
Sure.
Right? But then, do you know when you get to that age and your head goes all funny? Like when you're a teenager and you sort of, I don't know, your skull goes...
Mine never did.
What are you talking about?
No.
That's sort of teenage years when you look a bit odd. Do you know what I mean? You go from being quite a good looking person and then your body starts growing.
At a different rate, so, you never know till 21 whether you're going to be a looker or not, or whether it's just...
Yeah.
I know,
right.
go on.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
So,
your head grew outwards at exactly the same rate, didn't it? That's why it's
Your head grew faster than your hair.
He's got a lovely head of hair, but just below the skull.
Yeah.
He's got a little afro in there, but it just couldn't get through the follicles. It couldn't catch up the skull. Expanding. Oh, bless him. Oh, come on, Baldy.
but the thing is, right, so you see these pictures of the lad stroke woman.
Yeah.
Who's trying to be a woman at the age of 14, 15.
Sure. Yeah.
She's got one of them big heads.
Right.
Like a lad. She starts having a hard time. She doesn't want to play with the mates, with the dolls and all that. She's more into go-karting and that sort of thing. Gets to an older age.
Yeah.
Decides to go back. Is now sort of with a woman and having a life of a fella.
But did did the doctor keep it for him in case he needed it?
No, he's had one put on now.
Has he? Where'd he get that from?
Dunno, maybe that bondage shop.
What do they do when they do that? Do they put on what do they do? Maybe someone could call in and tell us. If you're a woman, and you have a...
Do you want to speak to someone who's got that information?
Yeah, I do want to know. What do
If
they
you've got that information, I don't want to talk to
Do
them.
they construct one? Do they construct it?
From plasticine.
Or do they whack on a dead one?
What?
What?
Whack on a dead one?
Yeah.
What? What? That's not, it's not, what do you mean? No.
When a woman has a knob put on
Yeah.
to have a sex change, where do they get it from? Is it constructed? Do they find, like, I don't know...
From a donor.
A donut?
From a donor.
Oh, well, yeah. A donor?
A donor, yeah.
Yeah, but presumably it's like
Maybe there's someone who wants
after
to
they're dead, I mean.
No, I thought
very
maybe
few people. It's not like giving someone a kidney and then sort of like celebrating
maybe
with
if you're
them.
a guy and you want to become a woman, you've got one to spare.
That's true.
But a swap.
Yeah, just do a little swap, probably on the internet or something.
Or Noel Edmonds.
What do you mean?
On Swap Shop.
He's not a man.
No, but he could go, we got a fella here who, got a lovely, nearly new, unused penis.
Yeah, Keith Chegwin out in kind of Bognor Regis.
Wants a couple of tits and a fanny for that, so, call in.
It reminds me of the, do you remember the John Wayne Bobbitt story? Which
Yeah.
it's always seemed odd to me. I never really kind of got all the information. Do you remember that one, Carl, where the woman cut off her husband's penis because he
When he was sleeping.
I think he was sleeping, and she drove off. I think he woke up quite quickly.
Yeah, that's so much better than the alarm clock, isn't it?
Yeah. And she threw it out. She threw it out of the car into the woods, and he went and found it.
Yeah.
But imagine if he'd got to the hospital and they'd sewn it back on, and he'd gone, that's bigger than I remember. I'm not sure this is mine.
How many of you cut us where we dump all the knobs?
We dump all the knobs right there.
Yeah. But, that
was an extraordinary story. And then, bizarrely, he became a porn star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very strange life that man's had.
Well, it is a bit of a shock to the system, isn't it? Oh, cutting your knob off.
I know.
Do you remember that, French bloke, the performance artist of about 1910? Do you remember him?
No.
He, as a performance art, in a theatre, he cut his knob off to a crowd of people. Now, what?
That's only a one-night trick, though, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. But what if there'd have been a bang outside?
He went encore. He went, what?
Yeah. Or they looked outside because a car backfired. He went, did you see that? I go, what? I go, just cut the... Did you? Yeah. Think of that.
Sacre bleu.
I know. French are funny, aren't they? Cutting your knob off for your art.
Weird, isn't it?
We're having so much fun with penises. Yeah. I thought perhaps I should just mention...
That's a slogan.
We should just mention this story, briefly, it's in the paper today. A Russian is selling what he claims is Hitler's mummified penis for £12,000.
Yeah.
Ivan Zadurprov says his ex-Red Army soldier dad hacked it off as a souvenir after storming the tyrant's Berlin bunker after his suicide in 1945.
Yeah. Why did he wait till now? He's found out that, that might get a bit of £12,000.
£12,000. It doesn't seem a great deal. Doesn't seem a great deal of money, really.
Well, it's useless, isn't it?
True.
You're not going to be able to use it. It's not going to be able to... It's not going to be a donor. Imagine that if you walked round...
Yeah. You'll never... making love to a girl. You'll never believe who this is.
Yeah. You never believe who's doing you, love.
Exactly. This is going to freak you out.
This is, just relax. Okay, sit down now.
Was that a little surprise for you?
It was brilliant, yeah, so you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Right, are you a fan of the Third Reich?
Exactly.
Well, no, awful racist. Okay, let's go a different tack.
Yeah.
You did like the sex. I love the sex. Okay, then. Yeah, it's not gonna be Hitler's knob, is it?
But, I like the idea that, I mean, you're in the Red Army.
Yeah.
You've just stormed Berlin.
Yeah.
1945, you crash into the bunker.
You've gone through terrible.
Terrible.
How you've lost 20 million comrades.
Unbelievable.
Oppression everywhere.
It's been going on for years.
You're in there, you see the man.
Here he is, he's dead.
He's dead,
the figurehead and leader of one of the most despicable,
You turn to your friends, there's a tear in your eye.
Yeah. And your immediate thought is, I ought to chop off his todger.
Yeah. Well, no, I said Bagsy. I said Bagsy
is Winkle.
I said Bagsy is Winkle outside. Whoever it was. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be Hitler. Brilliant.
It's just, I can't, it just doesn't make sense. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And I don't know how is he expecting to prove this? Because I want some proof.
Well, I think that's why he said that. He probably started off with, I've got Hitler's face. And they went, brilliant. Oh, let's have a look at it. What do you mean let's have a look? Well, just check Hitler's face. Obviously, I know what he looks like. Oh yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, you know what? No, it's not his face. What wouldn't you know what it looked like? Well, I mean, no one's ever seen his genitals. That's what I've got.
Yeah.
I've got his.
It's got a little swastika on it.
Is that proof? Is it?
Yeah.
Have you got his ball? Well, no, the Albert Hall's got one. His mother's got the other. So I don't know.
See, the Albert Hall, I would have thought, would probably be paying that £12,000 because apparently they've already got his ball.
Yeah, they got one of his balls.
They got one of his balls in the Albert Hall. His mother's got the other.
Yeah.
But if they got the Todger
if they can track down the one his mother's got, they would have a complete set of Hitler's.
I'm just hoping it doesn't fall into the hands of some kind of crazed genetic scientist.
What, could clone it from his knob?
Clone Hitler.
Back to, I don't even want to think about the future if that's the sort of way we're going.
Exactly.
If that's the sort of way we're going, Carl, I'd rather not know about it.
What do you make of it, Carl?
Weird, isn't it?
It is weird. I mean, I don't want to go on for this too long. We've probably got about a minute left for the first half hour, and I reckon should can this sort of...
What, 30 minutes of genital talk?
Just quickly, there's one in a museum, I think it's like that London museum.
What? One what?
Well, do you know like how people are buying weird stuff and that to put in museums?
Yeah.
There's this device that, I mean, think about it, years and years ago they used to torture people, didn't they?
Yeah.
Really badly.
Mm.
And the device that they've got...
there's no real good torture, but go on, I see your point.
Yeah, but this device, right, think about it, you've done something really bad years ago.
Yeah.
Right, and you're thinking, oh, what are they gonna do? You know what I mean? Could do anything here, it could be the end for me. The device they've got is this thing that you put on your bits, as a fella, and it's sort of metal, so it means you can't sort of, you know, get excited. It puts a stop to you, sort of...
That wasn't a torture device. I think it was a Victorian thing to stop, adolescent boys wanking. They used to have things like wrist things as well with, like, spikes on them. It's not a torture device.
Is it not?
Well, not really. Imagine that being captured by
no,
right, you're never getting hard on again. Alright. Not really a torture device, is it?
And there wasn't that many nice looking women wandering about anyway about them, was there? Didn't get excited about stuff.
What are you talking about?
Well, they filthy, they stunk and everything back then. Right, we've covered that. No more of that talk now, right? Let's move on.
Filthy!
All Victorian women, filthy and stinky.
Yeah! Oh dear.
Bit of Rolling Stones and set up the old songs of phrase.
Yeah.
Stones, Beast of Burden. We've not played it before. It's an absolute gem. Of Burden. Can I just take this opportunity, Rick, to say to Sir Mick Jagger, happy 60th birthday this year, Mick.
Happy 60th birthday this year.
Yeah.
Was it today?
No, I don't know.
Well, otherwise you'd be saying happy birthday to everyone every day.
No, because I don't know Mick Jagger, do I? So I'm just taking the opportunity in case he happens to be listening today to wish him a 60th. Happy 60th, or someone who knows him.
What about Brian Ferry? What about Brian Ferry?
How's Brian?
Well, I mean, he's got a birthday this year.
I'm not going to wish Brian Ferry a birthday.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Well,
it's easy. Star Sailor on XFM 104.9. Right, it's the quiz of the week.
If you want to go out and do some shopping, this is probably a good time, and come back again for about 15:15.
But don't forget, what I will say is, even though these clues, we're going to do songs of phrase, by the way, where Carl picks out a phrase that he might have said once, tries to find words from songs to put it together. You've got to guess as many as you can, song or artist, I can't remember. But even though you might look at it and go, that's mental, I don't know any of them, you might win if you get 2 right. I mean, I think the winner last week got about 3 out of 3
well,
or
I have
7.
to be honest with you, I mean, last week, Rockbusters, surprisingly, was a very, very popular quiz.
Yeah.
It just happened to be awful.
Yeah.
This one is pitiful. I mean, it's truly atrocious.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't even have a fan base. I mean, there's no one championing this one, Carl. Last week, seriously, mate, I got about
Carl's face.
7 or 8 replies.
Oh God, that's terrible. That was like when you told a kid that you couldn't afford a Christmas present this year. Look at his face.
Yeah, it is a bit distraught.
Carl,
it's like Chris Evans' face when they said they were cancelling Girls and Boys. It's like, look, I can come up with great TV game shows like that. No, you can't, Chris. Not anymore.
Oh, his little glasses slid down his nose.
I'm the guy who don't forget your toothbrush.
Yeah. All that money you owe me. No, you owe us. Oh, can't believe it.
Alright. So, will I just play it to you and
whatever, Carl,
try and work out what the phrase is?
Sorry, it's a phrase that might have once been uttered on this show.
It was said last week.
Oh, right.
Alright, okay, brilliant.
Alright. Here we go.
I know you're just 16, but looking all of 21.
I quite hear
right. I know what that is. That's ridiculous.
What was
right?
it?
What it is it's something like, right, you're only 16, but you look 26, and the Chinese look older than they are or something, because he said that, the Chinese don't age well. That is mental, Carl. It's the most convoluted, ridiculous, racist piece of material ever to be uttered on radio.
Play it again.
I know you're just 16, but looking all of 21.
Okay, you're just 16 and looking all 21. That's because the Chinese look older. Carl, you've gone mental.
Alright.
Oh, that is amazing. So, there you go, the well-known phrase, you're 16, looking all of 21, that's because the Chinese look older. Well-known phrase there, sweeping the nation. That'll be up there with "was up," and "shut that door." If they do a poll. Right.
Okay, play it once more. We're after the artists.
Just the artists.
Yeah.
I know you're just 16, but looking all of 21.
Unbelievable.
Alright, let me tell you what the prizes are. We've got, I assume this is the new album from Mower. Everyone's going crazy for Mower. I've not heard people stop talking about Mower. But there it is. We've got the new album from the Webb Brothers, which might be quite good. The Polyphonic Spree album, the best dance album in the world ever, which is ideal perhaps if you're having a barbecue and you've got lots of 8-year-old children coming.
The Polyphonic Spree, I look at them and I think, well, you know, pretty good band. But, if that album sounds like $1 million, you're gonna make that 40 quid each.
I know, it's extraordinary.
I mean...
They're the sort of indie equivalent of the So Solid crew.
Yeah, you're not gonna make any money. The manager's getting 20%.
Exactly, yeah. And also on DVD, Red Dwarf Series 1. So, some absolutely barnstorming places.
And if you can identify what artist are using this well-known racist phrase, that's because the Chinese look older.
Play it once more, Carl.
One more time.
I know you're just 16, but looking all of 21.
Oh, God!
Ricky.Gervais at XFM.co.uk.
Play a record. This is radio. We've done the first half hour, which was mainly genital related. Then we've kicked in with, some racism. You have to guess what artist.
It seems appropriate at this juncture just to mention something that's in the paper today. Dominic Mohan, I know you're a big fan, and as am I. He is just writing about the demise of Radio 1, or as he perceives it, and talking about the Radio 1 breakfast show, and apparently it's lost lots of listeners. And he says, talking of the BBC, it must act swiftly to replace Sarah Cox and look to exciting and inspirational figures like Jonathan Ross, Anne Deck, Johnny Vaughan, or Ricky Gervais to try and save Radio 1.
He's right.
I mean,
He's right.
has he ever heard this show? What is he talking about? All those other acts, they're dynamite. I can't genuinely. That's someone who said I quite like Ricky Gervais, but he can't have listened. I mean, can you imagine what we just played? Or in fact, can you imagine the last 50 minutes on Radio 1, on the breakfast show?
Well, we could pre-record it though, so I wouldn't have to get up early.
Sure.
That's not your point, is it?
That's not really it.
Your point is the quality of what we're doing, not well, how early it is. Sure. Get it,
What would you provide though, Rick, if you think if you went to Radio 1, what sort of, because I mean obviously...
Wank, oops. I can do all that.
Because I mean obviously our time at XFM is gonna basically...
I'd be the furry shreddy.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd get that.
Would you have some wacky catchphrases?
I think I would.
Do you bring back Holy Fook? presumably?
Holy fuck, yeah. Oh, ding dong. Oh, hello, it's my little Chinese neighbour. Hello, what's your name? My name is Holy Fuck. Hello. Look at Carl, he looks just going on.
I know, like, you didn't even do the Chinese accent, that's all.
Well, that'd be racist.
Okay, sure.
I mean, yeah,
Sure.
it's just his name's Holy Fuck, and there's nothing
Nothing wrong
wrong
with
or funny about that.
Nothing. So yeah, you'd have that. You'd have
have
crazy
that.
comedy characters. You probably have some wacky quizzes.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, look, it's Dirty Old Queer. Oh, no!
No, I'm not. He's a new character to me. I'm quite excited. He sounds very modern and contemporary.
Yeah.
A new spin
Yeah.
on an old idea.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit more.
Oh, well, he's an actor, isn't he? And,
Right.
and he likes to, take it up.
Alright, well, that's just, if anyone from Radio 1 is listening, and
Yeah.
they've listened to Dominic Mohan in the paper, they thought, yes, you're right, we need some new blood at Radio 1. Ricky Gervais, he's got a myriad of comedy characters.
Yeah. Whack, whack, oops. I can do sound
He can
effects.
do sound effects. You
So,
could probably do funny voices like Chris Moyles, couldn't you?
yeah. Wow. Not as good, but I mean, I can...
What about comedy songs like Moyles?
Again, not as good, but I mean...
Do you remember when Moyles rather hilariously changed the words of This Is My Moment by Martin McCutcheon to This Is My Motor?
we listened to it, though, didn't we?
Unbelievable.
I remember when he was doing a competition, this was pathetic, wasn't it? We were listening to, Radio 1 once on our house, right? And, I don't know why, we just wanted to, I think it was research, wasn't it, for The Office?
Yeah.
And, he was doing this, he had to phone in with...
We were listening to idiots. And
No, I'm not saying that. And he was doing this competition, you had to call in with, some, songs that are golf related. And people were phoning up going, drive the cars. He was going, drive the cars, good. And I was on that phone, I must have wasted about 40 quid, and I wanted to get through and go, hello, Chris, it's not Milesy, yeah? It's Derek here, I've got one. Oh, go on then, Derek, what is it? Something like Spandau Ballet with golf cart and that. And I just wanted to, and I waited, and just, I thought the joke's on us.
Yeah.
I waited on the phone bill just to say something stupid. Oh dear.
Oh.
His show's better than this.
Yeah, anyway, if you've got any hilarious golf-related song titles that you'd like
What's the
to email
number?
in,
What's the number?
Oh, I'd like an email in.
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. What would a song title be if perhaps you were doing something about, I don't know, air travel?
Yeah,
If you've got any crazy ideas, email in, we'd love to hear them.
yeah, brilliant. I've got a thought of another golf one.
Okay.
You know, Duran Duran? Something down the fairway or something like that. Alright? That's
Girls on the putting green? or
Yeah.
something?
Alright?
Yep.
Oh, hello. I got the introducer. My name's Holy Fuck. I'm Dirty Old Queer. I could do all that. Ding dong, whack whack, oops. Fallen Angel. See, they're the odd one out, you see, because of what they're like, and who they are and how successful they are, I can imagine saying, will you please welcome to the stage, Elbow.
Indeed.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have, on paper, I'd have thought that was
A terrible band name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, there are exceptions to the rule.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Boomtown Rats.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'd have thought that was I mean,
Yeah.
I think it is a bad name.
It is a bad name.
But you can't imagine it
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's bad name. So call in if you've got email addresses and let's call in with funny observations on life and shit. So, well, it's going well,
let me know
isn't it?
what-
That's halfway through. Well, Carl, what do you think?
Yeah, it's been alright. Been alright.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of bases.
We haven't taught them anything.
Not taught them anything.
Mm.
No,
I think that-
well, we've taught them to tune into a different station.
Yeah,
but-
I think Heart 106.2 is probably picking up a few of our listeners as we speak.
Yeah.
Who's on at the moment?
Don't know. Doesn't matter on there, does it? They just sort of...
Don't slag them off.
No, I'm not slagging them off. I'm just saying I don't think... You tune in because you want to hear Simply Red and that, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they play other great stuff as well.
Magic is the one that I love, because I only ever listen to it in a cab.
Yeah.
If I'm in a mini cab.
Good, I love that.
Magic's
That's good. That is a good station.
But Magic is dynamite. But I know
Yeah.
for Magic, the DJs have got like 5-hour shifts. It's incredible. They're on.
And they do read their own news.
I know. It's like they've cut out any expenditure on that channel. It's just some old records.
Yeah.
And one guy has to go on for 5 hours, read his own news, his own travel. There's nothing else.
I saw a bloke struggling once. He sort of wants to be a bit of a sort of comedian, and he does one link. It's sort of one 15-second link between each record. Goes, that's Celine Dion. There's a story in the paper again that people were late for work on the underground because there was leaves on the track. Just wondering if leaves are ever late for work because there's people on the track. It's Simply Red. Oh, bless him.
It's good, isn't it? He's got to come up with them for like 5 hours.
He's been sweating. Before I was going, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself.
it's almost finished.
Thinking this story about war on Iraq. I imagine if I can't do this anymore. I can't imagine
If humans become extinct,
With leaves.
the dinosaurs would still
I
around.
don't know what I'm doing.
Look at Carl's face when I said that.
The man moth.
Yeah.
They've cloned a man moth.
No, but that's the sort of thing I think we need now, right? We've covered a lot of stuff.
What, education?
Teaching, yeah.
Well, okay, what do you want to know?
Don't know.
Have you got
just-
something? Can you educate us on anything?
I've been reading bits
So
and
could we
bobs.
bring back just for one night only, educating Ricky?
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah? Do you think it warrants that?
I don't know enough about it. You know what I mean?
About what?
It sounds perfect. Play the jingle.
Oh, educating Ricky. He's getting smarter.
A couple of things happened in the week that I read about.
Okay.
Keeping up on what's going on in that.
Sure.
Yeah.
One was about that Galileo fella.
Okay.
Was it about 1636? Was it?
I think it might have been
That's not
earlier.
bad.
Go on.
Did some stuff with light and that.
Yeah, he did lots of physical experiments, yeah.
Is that it then, Carl, is it? He did some stuff with light and that.
What did he do with light? What was that?
Well, I think he invented the first,
Telescope.
telescope. So I think it's a particular lens though, and he did experiments where he dropped famously two different, weighted, balls from Pisa, and, they hit the ground at the same time, showing that doesn't matter, the weight doesn't matter, but air resistance does and stuff like that.
I think he probably explained it a bit better than that.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Karl.
Sure.
Did they need to know
He's
stuff?
just thinking about pizza.
Yeah.
Did they need to know stuff like that back then?
What do you mean, did they need to know stuff like that? It's just,
There weren't people going around going, I've got to drop these two things off the bleeding tower of pizza. I just don't know which one's going to land first.
yeah, I need to know. What do you need to
Bring
know
me
that?
Galileo.
Yeah,
It's for a bet.
yeah.
No, but if I was knocking about then, I'd be like, stop messing with that. We need a telly. Or, you know what I mean?
I bet he thinks the Flintstones is real.
I know.
That'd be brilliant. That's what I'd do if I was a caveman. I'd make a telly out of rock
Yeah.
and a pelican
And
and
a
a
car that I
cement
just ran along
mixer.
the road with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need a car.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really got the internal combustion engine. Can you stick your feet through the bottom? Yeah, just get me a car for Christ's sake.
Anyway, so I learnt that. And
Yeah.
then,
What?
He learned his name.
Yeah.
Other people I learned the
Brilliant.
name of this week.
Oh, if a chimp could watch telly. Go on, Karl, go on.
and there was also a fella in the week who said, that women shouldn't be wearing trousers.
Why?
Because they don't look good in them.
Right, who was this man and from what era did he-
French fella. Last week,
Did he mean walk around naked?
he just said, women should wear skirts rather than trousers, because no women looks good in a pair of pants.
Right. How old was he?
It's probably about 67.
Uh-huh.
About that, 67, 68.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't happy with that. What do you think? What do you think about
It's rubbish.
that? Yeah.
These are the only things that have caught your eye over the last couple of weeks. This is the entire news.
Galileo did something with light. A French fella said women shouldn't wear trousers. See, that to me wouldn't pass as education.
It's not education.
I don't know where you could ever use that. I don't know when that would ever be applicable to life.
I just like reading stuff that sort of reminds me of, do you know what I mean? If I read it and it gets me thinking, I think that's a good little piece.
But, I mean, but surely can't you just sort of like sit near something that vibrates to keep your brain going? Or shake your head every now and again? I mean, what does this do? You mean it makes you start using your brain?
But what aspect of a Frenchman said women shouldn't wear trousers got your mind working? What questions were you
Because I
asking?
thought
after that?
that's a bit daft, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And I
it
was
ends there
thinking-
with me. There's nothing else. There's nowhere else for me to go on that.
He closes
Your
the
mind's
gap.
still worrying.
Yeah, go on. What do you think? Let's go through this. Oh, I wish we could download his
I know,
thoughts.
I know.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great, like a DVD?
Like a cartoon.
Imagine that
extra
extra footage on the Office DVD.
Yeah, Carl's brain.
That would be
With a commentary.
amazing. Oh, with
What I
a
mean is-
commentary. Go on.
Women wearing trousers and that, right? On the estate that I grew up in.
Yeah.
On, right? There's a woman about 4 houses down. Right? Rough. She's the
She
one
was,
who,
or the estate.
she was, right?
Yeah.
She's the one whose kid took a horse into her house.
Yes.
Right.
Now, we won't go over that again.
No.
If you're a new listener, I think we're covered. I think they get
That's
the
all you
idea
need to
now.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, she used to wear leggings. Now, they're a bad idea.
They are a terrible idea. I agree with you there, Carl. If you're a lady of
What
the
colour?
normo persuasion...
Were they pink?
No, they were sort of black, but with all bits on them.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
What,
Yeah.
toast and
Just
horse
bits.
droppings? Yeah, go on, yeah.
And she used to, she's quite a big woman.
Sure.
Pauline Quirk, I think
Yeah,
we
well,
described her as.
Look like a light bulb when
It
she was
is those
bending
kind of
over in
women that are
leggings.
attracted to leggings.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They are drawn to them like a moth.
She used to wear them, and that's what I remember when I read this piece. And she used to work on one of those sex line things.
Right.
She used to do that. But
what was she, an engineer?
The weird thing with her was, she had big eyelids.
Right. Go on.
That were too big, and this is what I was thinking.
What do you mean she had big eyelids? How big do eyelids have to be for you to go, they're big eyelids? What was she shoplifting with them? Would she come out of Dixon's with, like, radio stored in them? What do you mean she had big eyelids?
It was another one of them popular things around our way, do you know? Like,
what do you mean popular things? They go, oh, I'll tell you what, all the rage, can I get some big eyelids, please?
No, it was just like one of them things that people suffered with. Just big eyelids, they could hardly open their eyes.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's one of them popular things around where I grew up. People had big eyelids, they could hardly open their eyes. What does that mean? What sort of freak town were you born in? You had webbed feet people with big heads, you got women with big eyelids. What does big eyelids mean?
Are you confusing her with the horse?
Yeah. Did she have hooves? Look, what?
Just too much skin. It was like the neck of a chicken. But on the eyes.
What's your point? Anyway, so there's this big eyelided woman with the leggings.
And that's what I'm saying to you though, that's, when I read that story with people with trousers, I went from that,
to a woman who used to have big eyelids. I still at the point.
But then, and also the other bloke who had the eyelid problem was a mate of mine. Right. His dad had it. And same problem, massive eyelids.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that
means. I used to say to my mum, I'm going round to, Dave's house.
Yeah.
And,
or
say, well, that's alright, but make sure his dad doesn't take you out in the car. Because he could hardly, see. He had to have his head.
He gets to tilt his head back to keep his eyes open.
Sure! Did he have a couple of matches with him at all times?
What a load of gobbledygook. This began as educating Ricky.
I know, it's like, he was people with eyelids.
But it's like you're supposed to make that leap as well.
Yeah.
If I mentioned the trousers, Ricky will probably be thinking about people with big eyelids. And women wearing leggings.
Play a record, Carl.
Got nonsense.
Adverts.
No. Oh, alright. On XFM 104.9.
Just a couple of emails just to update you on what's coming in here.
Go on.
Natasha has emailed us. She says that she's of Chinese origin, and at 27 she often got mistaken for 24. So your notion that Chinese people don't age well is obviously factually incorrect.
Yeah, well, we didn't need... thank you for saying, but I mean, honestly, trust us, Natasha, we didn't need you to tell us that. We know Carl is talking absolute nonsense.
Wait till you get to 30.
Oh dear, no, this is quite a nice email from Paul. He says, let Carl know that I have a Chinese friend called Oi. Imagine the confusing and amusing situations we get into.
We're out and about in busy Soho.
Oi!
His surname, come here.
Lightning wit from Carl.
Wait till you're 30.
Yeah, I know.
Brilliant.
But no, actually, we've had a surprising response to Songs of Phrase this week, despite the fact everyone has agreed that it's a racialist. They've nevertheless had a go. So keep your answers coming in, because we may as well.
You're a hit, Carl. You're a hit. What, have we still got monkey news?
Yeah, that's still coming up.
Yeah.
Later on.
We're not doing Cheeky Freak of the Week anymore. We're not.
No.
No.
Don't want to upset people and that.
Sure.
But there is a good freaky programme on this week.
Go on.
I think it's on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Got a woman with a big head on it.
No, I think it's BBC 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
unless there's 2 on, because that would be a great week for you, wouldn't it?
Brilliant. Won't be coming out.
Is that the one when you said... Go on, say it. Right, say what you said when you saw it.
The woman with the head.
Yeah.
Just said it looks like a cartoon.
I just think...
That's so mean. I don't want to discuss
No,
that.
it's not mean.
It is mean, Carl.
Again, Steve, if we were in a restaurant, and I'm arranging to meet her, and I said to the guy on the door, I'm meeting, Lisa, or whatever her name is, yeah?
Right.
What does he look like? Well, looks like a cartoon. I'll be over there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'll get mixed up.
What would you say about me and Steve again? If you were meeting us?
No, it just starts getting nasty, doesn't it?
I'm meeting, Karl Pilkington. We're very busy. What does he look like? He looks like Charlie Brown grew up. He's got a complete little round bald head, and he's got a gormless look on his face. He's over there, mate.
Yeah.
Alright? That started the ball rolling for you, Carl. I love that it's okay to say what you like about people if you go, yeah, but if I was looking for her in a restaurant...
I know, but...
Yeah.
And why have you arranged to go on a date with this woman?
Be a good night out.
For her or for you?
Well, I'd like to have a chat with her. Do you know what I mean? Just find out what worries her and... Do you know what I mean? Because some girls
People
worry
like you.
things. Like their hair being a mess and that.
Yeah.
With her, it's like, at least your problems. Do you know what I mean?
Fine, alright, well let's move on, mate. We're not doing Cheeky Freak of the Week anymore.
No.
Let's do something nice. Let's talk nicely about things.
What's happened nice in the world, Carl? What do you like in the world? When you get up, when you go, oh, that was a brilliant day, What do you do when you go, oh, that was brilliant? We had a game of snooker. You like snooker, don't you? You and Steve played snooker last week.
Yeah, but things are always ruined. Do you know what I mean? I might be having a nice time having a game of snooker. And then, you know, we're having a proper battle. And I'm trying to concentrate on taking a shot, and then you'll say things like, look at his little monkey hands. And I'm going for the black. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or maybe I'll say, I'm just going to the toilet. And then one of you will follow me in and peer over the door.
Oh, yeah! Tell that one. That was when you were actually in a cubicle sitting down, wasn't it? Yeah. And Steve Merchant's head appeared and went, alright. And you went, what if that wasn't me? Oh, that was great.
Doing a George Michael on me.
That is one of the benefits of being very tall.
You can look over.
You can look over the stalls, in lavatories.
It looks like a giraffe house. You're sitting down there and you look up, right? And he's peering over the top.
Oh, the fun we had.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
But anything intelligent.
It's like the monkeys. We are like the monkeys. Aren't we, us three? I wanted to write a thing for the darkness. I want to write like the new monkeys.
Like a TV show?
Yeah. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, okay. Well, if they're listening, or their radio show, record company listening, or their manager, big fan of the Darkness, my favourite.
No, don't make a promise
No, my favourite band at the moment, we'll do a pilot, them and the Monkeys.
Don't make
Running round, speed it up, they can have their songs in it, they can write songs specially for us.
What if they can't act?
And it's them, they can act, they just act themselves running round. We're getting people like Henry, McGee and that, to come in and sort of be the actors, and, you know, all those posh actors that appear in Ali G and that.
It sounds like a lot of hard work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, forget it.
Knock it on the head.
Yeah, let's play Radiohead. Go ahead and Let Down off OK Computer on XFM 104.9. Right, let's think of some nice stuff then.
Annoyed I was yesterday.
Go on.
Just got off the train, and, guy comes up to me, and he says, excuse me, can you spare some change? I'm from Liverpool, and I'm homeless. And I was so angry. I was in a bad mood anyway, and I just wanted to say to him, well, there's your mistake. Go back to Liverpool. That's why you're homeless. You're in London.
Well, he might have been homeless in Liverpool and thought...
Well, why did he come down here?
Well, where would you rather be homeless? Liverpool or London?
Well, Algarve.
Well, no, but I mean, I'd certainly... Do you know what I mean?
But just, why am I supposed to say I'm from Liverpool and I'm homeless? Why is that supposed to be a persuading factor? Just annoyed me. I thought there was enough problems here already.
He's going for a double sympathy vote.
Yeah.
I'm homeless and I'm in Liverpool.
He could have just said I'm from Liverpool, I'd have given him some change. Guy he was from Manchester once, I gave him my sandwich.
Yeah.
There's a thing the other night, right, they did this programme, it's only on in London, so if you listen out of London you won't know about it, but it's about, Oxford Street, right? And,
about all the thieving that goes on
like
stuff.
Thieving.
Yeah.
You know, drug problems on the streets and that.
Yeah.
You know, what gets on people's nerves, those people with the boards, you know, golf sale and all that. And, is this bit that concentrated on the homeless problem, right? And, he said, you know, this fella looks after the homeless, he goes up to him, says, how you doing? Are you hungry? You need food and that? He said, you know, a lot of people worry about the homeless, but we do try and look after them. And the Salvation Army were there, and they said, and this is where they can come if they need anything, if they need any food, or, any clothes, if the shoes are worn out. And he said, oh, can we have a look at that, right? So they go in this little room where all the clothes are, and they go, and there's like a load of jumpers for them in the winter in the cold. And the camera sort of pans across. Load of ties.
Right.
For the homeless.
What?
Ties. The
Ties for the homeless?
Around the neck, like, to look smart.
No, they use them as belts. I've seen a lot of...
Or as a lead for their dog.
Yeah! Yeah.
What are you talking about, ties?
That's what they did. They said, here's the room with all the stuff in it. Right? Jumpers for the homeless. Jumpers, shirts, trainers. And you've got a load of ties. Nobody wanted one.
Some evening dress, and they got a formal function.
Any cravats? Now, where's the cummerbunds?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of being homeless outside the Royal Albert Hall tonight.
Yeah.
That's where the real pickings are.
I'm breaking in the back door of the Savoy this evening.
Oh, dear.
Another charity thing that I was reading about the other day that they're doing.
Do they give them trainers? Because I've seen a lot of tramps with new trainers, and I think there must be like equivalent of a soup kitchen where they get shoes, because that's it must be, yeah. Otherwise, that's weird, isn't it? You blow any money, you beg all day and get a nice new pair of Nike. Yeah, no, don't waste it on clothes. Get some tenants. Get some, special brew. That's the best value. Go on.
Some smack.
Go on.
If you've got a lot of worries, on the street.
Little starter bag.
Take your mind off it.
Yeah,
Take your mind off it.
Yeah.
But that's weird you say that, because, you know, a trainer's the most important thing, because, like, you know all the problems in Africa.
Sure.
Right? A lot of problems going on there.
Yeah.
The other day, they're asking for people to send their spectacles to Africa.
Right.
Would you be happy if you were over there and, like, you're hungry and that? And then they say, here you go.
Well, yeah, but it must be for a reason. I don't think it's...
they've got bad eyes and that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they go around... It's not like when you see those things on Live Aid and there's people dying but they're putting specs on them.
No, I think that's what it is.
No, it's not, Carl! They sort out food and medication before they put a little pair of specs on the lads.
That isn't how he came across in the advert.
I think they probably walk hand in hand. You know, the people handing out the food are also, you know, walking alongside guys with the specs and they're handing them out as well.
But what have they got to look at?
What?
They don't own anything. They'll realise how bad everything is. God, it's rubbish here, isn't it? I tell you, I try and help out the world. I've joined a little charity thing. They pay me £5 a month.
Yeah.
I'm all up for helping.
Yeah.
But sometimes you think, what can we do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What can we do?
Okay, what can we do?
We can't do anything.
Okay. Play a record.
We were talking about the debt the other day. I was reading up on the amount of debt that South Africa are in and that, and it's just like, that's without any shops. Do you know what I mean? If they had shops to spend the money on, there'd be murder.
That's third world debt. Isn't because they bought too many smeg fridges from us. It's shopping. Look, who's been shopping? I have. Oh, well, you've gone over the top. You're on a budget now.
Yeah.
You're getting nothing but grain and blankets for the next year because you go mental. Who just
spent £1 billion in dictionary? The Thrills, that's called Santa Cruz.
On XFM 104.9.
We were just talking about people who do good work, you know, wandering up and down Oxford Street, giving stuff to the homeless and things. And I was at they have a little kind of music festival back in my hometown of Bristol, periodically in the summer. They can never really attract any decent acts, but, you know, we support it anyway.
Not even Portishead?
No, they never
Tricky?
No.
Right.
I think that, well, this year it was Robert Plant, who sang, lots of old blues covers, and people were quite bored until he played Whole Lot of Love at the end, and then we sort of went, you should have done all the old Led Zeppelin, stop playing all this other nonsense we're not interested in.
So I was set this for
Exactly,
next time.
yeah.
Robert, no.
But, I just snuck off into the woods for, you know, a waz, because I'm quite rock and roll like that, and I was passing, and these are a group of people, and I've always thought they never get enough praise, enough credit, and I genuinely, and I mean this entirely sincerely, I really do, I'm not taking the mick at all, but the St. John's Ambulance people, they're absolutely blinding, because they all look like nerds. I mean, they all look like because they're normally kind of fat women or kind of blokes.
I think you're doing very well for their new recruitment campaign.
Well,
so,
I was going to say,
I think you're selling it to people who
this is my point, Rick, is that they've not changed the uniforms in like 40 years. And it is normally, it's normally the kind of, the nerds from your school who went into it or whatever. It's kind of old people. I saw them, they were all sat around in this little area. No one was, nobody just sat around, they were bored, they weren't really enjoying the music. And I thought, look at that, they're not, that fat kid over there, I pointed them out to my mate, I said, see that fat one over there, in the uniform?
With the glasses and the hairbrush forward.
The glasses, hairbrush forward, the kind of blue navy jumper.
Satchel?
There's a little satchel, yeah. He is never gonna get off with a girl, probably until he's like 30. And even then
it gets to loosen clothes.
And even then it's because he's giving mouth to mouth to her.
Yeah.
Right, and I thought, he's never gonna get anything. And I'll tell you this, all these trendy young girls walking around in their kind of, cool summer gear, in their trendy tie-dye and the like, I'll tell you, when one of them you know, takes something that's a little bit dodgy that they bought off some guy with dreads, right? And then they're desperate for him, and they zip in there. Oh, quick, my friend's, you know, passing out, she's had a funny turn, and he's straight there with his water and his medication. Oh yeah, they need him then, but he doesn't get any action the rest of the time. You know, and that's what annoyed me about it. I thought, they're doing a bloody good job. They turn up at sports events, at festivals, no one gives them the time of day, you never hear any good praise about them, and they're there, sat there,
Steve,
hot or cold.
Tell me the truth now. Did you join the St John's ambulance last week to get some birds?
Got no action.
Really?
I had no action. And I've been passing some dodgy E's around all the festivals.
By the way, your dreads are awful. you can see they're fake.
They made out of newspaper.
They're awful. You really do look an idiot.
But seriously, I'm all joking aside, I genuinely wanted to give some massive props. If I could give some big ups to the St John's people, because I genuinely, without any joking, I genuinely think they do a brilliant job.
Could I just say how good I think the Salvation Army are? Because you see those elderly ladies with surgical supports, a lot of them, all look like Thor herd.
Yep. Well, that's a prerequisite to get into that particular army.
And they play that bloody tambourine, rain or shine.
Yeah.
And they are just, all they're trying to do is, you know, save you from burning in hell. And they don't get any respect.
As the Salvation Army, do they, like, would they have to get called off?
Yeah, they'd be,
if
it'd be the Gurkhas first, then all the regulars, then the TAs. I think then it's sort of like police.
Lifeguards,
yeah, but down to, I think AA, and then it's the Salvation Army.
Right.
We send in the Salvation Army, obviously, if you know, really, we lost a lot of casualties, you know, and they're the last to go.
Yeah, but they are all highly trained, aren't they? All those old women, they can kill a man.
Yeah,
with a single blow.
Yeah, yeah. So, good to them, good for John's Ambulance, good to, Salvation Army, you know, big up.
But I think we should just, you know, if I might introduce a new feature every week, let's just give some props, let's just give some massive respect to someone who doesn't get enough respect.
Yeah. Who doesn't get enough respect? Who's done a blinding job? Mother Teresa,
she's gone now, she's gone, she won't be listening anyway.
Who's the best person there is? Who's the best person there is? I'll tell you what, I'm gonna call, either Carol Vorderman or, Esther Anson and say who's the best one you've ever met that, you know, did something.
Yeah.
Alright?
And we'll heap praise upon them next week.
Yeah.
Great.
What?
I just don't like, you know. They know they're doing a good job.
Right.
If I did that job, I want a pat on the back.
You wouldn't need a pat on the back.
And people are starting to, you know, it's like Carol Vorderman, I like her, she's alright, she does a good job. But now that Better Homes, they only tend to turn up at people who have had problems. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, leave it. Okay, wait. Go on, what do you mean?
No, it used to start off and it's like...
I haven't seen Better Homes, what is Better Homes?
They go around and do someone's house up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But then they get a bit of bad news. And Carol thinks, I'll cheer them up, I'll give them a new kitchen.
Yeah.
And it annoys me because if you haven't had bad news, it doesn't mean you're not worth a new kitchen.
Did you send in an application?
Yeah. They say that I'm bald, I'm from Manchester.
Well, if you'd written that, they'd have rushed round.
Yeah. What do you mean? What they say, so-and-so's had a bad year, his mum died, he lost his leg, and all he's ever wanted is a chaise longue and a hostess trolley.
And the annoying thing is, right, they might not be the ones who write in, it might be a neighbour.
Yeah.
But they also get something sorted out for them.
Really?
So even though the neighbours had a bit of bad news, they go, I'll cash in on this one. I'll send a letter in to old Carol, tell her that, you know, Mum's passed away.
Yeah.
I'll get a new, conservatory sorted.
Sure.
And sometimes the neighbour gets a better deal than the person who, do you know what I mean? The person who's had a bit of bad news gets like a new little kitchen, whatever. Neighbour next door,
leave the kitchen, let it go, Carl.
New decking in the
You had to pay for your own
garden.
kitchen.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Is it all done now,
the kitchen sorted, the bathroom needs
You had trouble with the grouting, didn't you?
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh no, we got to do, look, play a record, we got to do the results. And then we got to do monkey news.
Could we quickly do the results?
Well, you say we've got to do the results. There's not people hanging on for them.
Let's not do it, just knock it out there before
well, let's play a tune, let's come back.
Anything you want to do, that's uplifting, isn't it? Oh, the drumming, brilliant. Takes me back, all the way back to 1978 on XFM 104.9.
What were you doing? What were your memories?
I was actually probably dancing around miming the drums to that in my bedroom. In fact, I remember...
Were you nude?
No. I remember, I think, I had that one on a single, but I'd got it from an old jukebox, so it didn't have a middle.
Sure.
Right, I think they're called dinked, right? And so I had to line it up really carefully, and sometimes by the end it would just slightly go out where the record was moving. Where I just had to... Interesting anecdote there.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What a lovely insight
Thank you
into
for asking me what I was doing 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Carl, quick, the results, then monkey news. I need some monkey news, but I need the results first. Right, play it again and give the answers. Here we go.
Songs of
Competition.
phrase.
Songs of phrase?
Name the artist.
Name the artist.
I know you're just 16, but looking all the
Hue and Cry.
Who's that? Well, that's Philip Bailey again. That's too little.
older.
Right, it was...
That was Roxette. The look.
Yeah. Right, we had, Hue and Cry, started it off.
Yeah.
In 16, that was Dean Martin. Because
Oh, yeah.
Jane's
That's
Addiction.
yeah.
Because
Cars. Yeah.
Chinese Philip Bailey.
Philip Bailey, that's second outing he's had.
Look.
Last one, we used him for Chinese, where there's a hairy Chinese kid, and he's never got so many royalties being used in racist game shows. Brilliant.
Then Roxette and finishing with George Michael.
Oh dear.
So, that's
Brilliant.
that, right?
Who's the winner?
Well, the winner, actually, it looks to me like he's got all of them here, from Bognor Regis. It's Stuart Birch. Well done, Stuart, and you get that bag of tat.
Bognor Regis.
Yep.
Oh,
Just needed
takes me back as well.
Yeah, if you just email in your address, Stuart, and you can have those goodies. If you're not interested, don't bother.
Steve. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Okay, monkey-related news from Karl Pilkington.
Right, do you know the monkey that went into space?
Yeah.
Yep.
It happened in 1958.
Right.
Now you know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do next?
What
he
did the
do
monkey do next?
Yeah.
One appearance on Celebrity Squares, and it was like forgotten.
Right,
Yeah, cut a novelty record.
Yeah, just like Rick Waller.
I'll tell you what happened. He got back and all that.
You got that. Heroes welcome.
NASA sort of said, you know, you did a good job. And that's where a lot of people think, you know, it all ended.
Sure.
Yeah.
But NASA were like, well, hang on a minute. We spent a lot of time, we've trained him up and stuff. So he's like, you know, he's saying, sure, you know, I've learnt a lot, I've still got it all, I've kept it all, I know what to do. So they said, right, we'll use you. So he turned into like a bit of a trainer at NASA.
We wanted to send you out on the top of an organ.
yeah. Put on this little bellhop outfit.
Could you smoke fags?
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
So they were getting in new monkeys. You know, the main man at NASA was saying, can you teach these the same? He's going, of course I can. Do you know what I mean? I remember it all, I know what's going on, I'll tell them what buttons to press, what to do in emergencies, that sort of thing. It was technically sort of employed by the army.
Right, can I just fit in here? I don't know the story, Carl, and I might embarrass myself here. You've got an army of people out there that will probably send me an equally deranged email from a different website, but I'm pretty sure when they sent the monkey into space, it was to monitor his physiology. He didn't press any buttons or learn to dock or take off. It was just the effects of weightlessness and space on, basically a primate. I'm pretty sure he was tied in with electrodes to his head. So, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be
But even if that were the case, and he had learned to press one or two very basic buttons.
Definitely not. Definitely
But
not.
even if it were the case, I'm pretty certain they wouldn't have brought him back to train up Neil Armstrong.
Right, definitely. Go on.
Going, Neil, what are you going to say when you come out there?
Yeah.
I was thinking of just saying, I'm on the moon.
Hello, it's made of cheese. Don't say that. What about, I've noticed that you got little legs, right? But mankind stepped forward. Well, how could I put that?
I was just going to say, I'm on the moon, it's great to be here, wish you were here.
I've got to think so
Hi,
about that.
Mum.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, basically he got back, they sorted him out with a nice pension. He was happy. Because of, like, the rank that he got, he was like, you know, he had loads of, medals and stuff. He said, right, we'll make him a colonel. He got that. Like I say, he got a pension. How does it end? He died in 1969. He was buried with his wife. He passed away.
His wife? I'm sure it just goes on to a different website about something completely different. And
Yeah, you're talking about Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. His page is missing. Oh dear.
So,
Well, Carl, if someone could call in, did they train Leica the dog to sort of like, you know, dock and
He never made
re-entry?
it back, did he, like it?
They didn't bother. They didn't even bother.
Didn't bother bringing him
They
back.
just sent him up there, and they didn't have technology to bring him back, and they just went, yeah, that's brilliant. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think of that, Carl? Rubbish, isn't it?
Sort of brought it down a bit. But
But the little monkey made a colonel. Hero. Big hero. What was he in? What craft was he in? Sputnik.
just hang on a minute. He was in, Jupiter AM.
Yeah.
Let me see that piece of paper.
Yeah, I can guarantee there's nothing there about his training other than let's hope he's not sick on the control panel when we shoot him up at 400 Gs. Oh dear. I love the fact that you think that this monkey was a high... Do you know what I mean? Do you, when you think of these things that they send a monkey's face, do you think of the Planet of the Apes? Like they're sort of talking, sort of chimps and gorillas, and they're in tunics on horseback with snub-nosed rifles. What do you think of?
Just a little monkey getting on with it. He knows his job, he knows what he's got to do, he gets on with it.
Look, he's pressed the button. Watch him press the button. This takes me back. Do you remember 1965, I think it was?
We're going to use him to train other DJs.
Elbow. Alright? Fallen Angel on XFM 104.9. Well, we're back. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. Karl's all a little bit, I don't know, he's a bit frustrated, he's sort of a bit sweaty and fed up today, aren't you, because of the heat?
It's too much though, isn't it?
He was taken out, he was sort of wanted to fight. You know, he doesn't usually like to fight. I sort of like lead on him and try and rub his head.
Yeah.
But today he was sort of leading it. He was sort of like getting a little bit... if I didn't know better, I'd have said it was sexual frustration.
Well, I was
like
watching, Rick, if you don't mind me saying, I was watching, not in that way, just watching.
It was sort of like, he was going, oh, I want to hit you, and I was thinking, does he want to hit me, or does he want to do something else to me?
Exactly.
What were your thoughts, Karl?
Exactly. I mean, I saw him sort of wrestling with you on the floor, and you clearly weren't enjoying it, but he was really
Yeah, what was that going on? What's the change? Why are you suddenly sort of...
Well, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not, I'm just saying it was weird that you suddenly, it was like you were, ooh...
You're saying a bit, sort of a bit gay?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, but what was...
Suzanne accused me of that in the week.
Why?
For being a bit gay. She said, I'm sure you're gay.
Why?
Just because I was moaning about stuff. She said, oh, you're a drama queen.
Right, well that's
what were you moaning about? Not having enough gay sex?
No, that she didn't have a knob.
Yeah.
It's going on, why don't you get yourself a nice little knob?
Yeah.
I mean, can I call you Frank, please?
Could you wear this false beard?
Yeah.
It's just, well, we'll talk about it later. It was about the Seven Wonders. I just wasn't that impressed.
He wasn't impressed by it. He said, well, we'd say that, yeah. Well, we got a top show coming up, haven't we?
But if you are a little bit, kind of, just a little bit sexually, you know, don't be afraid to let it out. I mean, if you want us to relieve you of it.
I'll tell you what. Let's have a little bit of Maggie May by Rod.
It's a beautiful
play
day.
Killing a Georgie?
That's your favourite song, isn't it?
Oh.
That's weird, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
That's weird. I'd like to hear Rod Stewart singing about a lovely lady, please, Karl.
I've only just read about this, and I don't know anything about it. This naked rambler, Steve Goff.
Yeah.
Is he doing some kind of, he's doing a walk from Land's End to John O'Groats, is he completely nude?
Yeah, he's been arrested 10 times on the way, apparently.
Right, it says here that Nora Goff, his mum, she's in her 70s, she's begged her son not to walk naked from Land's End to John O'Groats. She said, I don't know where he gets this from. Certainly not me. I am, and have always been, quite conservative. He would never have been allowed to walk around the house without covering himself up. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm ashamed of him, but I do not approve of what he is doing. Having said that, it's good to see him on the telly.
yeah, it must be.
It's not about anything, it's lovely.
It's not embarrassing until they're famous with it, however embarrassing it is. But,
I can't believe my son's a serial killer. Nice to see him on the telly.
He looks like one. He's not, obviously, you know, I mean.
What is he doing? I don't understand.
Steve wouldn't say he was, and he's not. He's just a rambler, but he's there, right?
What's his motivation?
He's just walking to, I don't know, it's just a nudist, I suppose.
Right.
And there's a picture in there, and, Karl looked at it and he went, oh. What's the point of that? He went, well, look at him. He's got shoes and socks on. He's got a rucksack on. He's got a hat on. He's not nude. He's just got his knob out. Yeah. But he's got a full beard, thinking, oh, I want to hide some skin. Whereas this little chap needs the air. I'll pop him out all the time I can.
Oh, they really annoy me. Because it's in the supplement today as well, with the Mirror, right? And they've done a bit about nudists and that.
Yeah.
Again. Same problems all the time.
Go on.
There's like an old fella sat there, just...
How do you know he's old?
Well,
Why are you looking, Carl?
Yeah.
Looking at his face, aren't you, presumably?
yeah, I'm just saying he's old and he's sat there smoking a pipe.
Sure.
With his sandals on. They're quite normal, just with his knob out.
Sure.
But look, he always made the same mistake. He's got a little white deck chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're nudist, don't go for white.
Why?
He's sitting on that, getting a bit clammy and stuff. White, don't go for white. Go for darker colours.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So do I, but I love it. I love the fact that he's just got loads of pictures of naked men.
Yeah.
Walking around with loads of pictures
I'm
of
just
naked
saying, a dirty arse on that.
I think we've discussed the news before. I don't understand the impulse at all. I do find it bizarre. I mean, there's a picture there of 3 men nude in a pub.
Yeah. Just having a chat.
Yeah.
Just on the chat. Oh, look at Carl carrying
But
around
what's
those pictures.
I mean, okay, fair enough, walking around outside, but indoors? In a pub? Nude?
Well, it must be a nudist
on a pair
pub.
of shorts.
That must be a nudist holiday, I assume. As opposed to, like, the local.
There is, though, isn't there? There was a thing in Bazaar magazine the other week where
Sure.
there was a picture of some people. They've got an airline of their own now.
What, nudists?
Nudes.
Nude airline?
So you can get on there. Your holiday starts as soon as you get on.
Sure.
And, but what's the point?
Well, I'd be worried just about banging against things. You know.
So to speak.
Yeah, my shoes and things.
Or spilling the when the waitress comes along. Might she spill hot coffee?
Yeah, that's a good point. Would she have to be nude? Would the stewardesses have to be
I
nude?
don't know. But that bit as well where they walk down the aisle and they have to check if you've buckled up.
Yeah.
She's like, excuse me, miss, can you just... And over 50s, it's always over 50s.
Right, yeah.
So it'd be an old woman on the plane.
Yeah, yeah.
She'd be like, can you just lift your left tit up so I can see the belt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God! Yeah. Oh,
Imagine if you've got to go into the crash position.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know? The last thing you see is your John Thomas.
John Thomas.
As you go crashing into a mountain. Terrifying. And then what if you've got to abandon ship?
I know. Well, how would they explain that?
Yeah.
Get onto an island.
Exactly.
Alright.
Or being picked up by, a passing ship.
Yeah. Carl, you notice they also play volleyball a lot, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you've always mentioned that, but I thought you were joking, but they love it.
Yeah.
They said that's what they do. They get to this special holiday
That
camp.
can only be either they got the idea from sort of like Carry On Camping or Benny Hill, or they actually like it jiggling around as much as possible.
Yeah.
But is that safe?
Well, I assume so. You play volleyball with trousers on, don't you? I wouldn't have
Yeah,
thought.
but there's a bit of like support there. I mean, I was watching athletics, right, the other week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was watching it because there's a lad who I went to school with. He's like winning gold medals and everything now in the Olympics and stuff, right? So I was looking out for him.
Now, if you went to school with him, I'm assuming he's got 3 legs or something?
No, he's normal.
just a regular guy?
He used to push me on my go-kart, and so I feel like
You've trained
I was
him,
there from the start, training him up a bit.
Yeah.
And watching the programme, and there was swimming in it, and I was watching that for a bit, getting a bit annoyed, because that butterfly stroke,
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
No, nor do I.
It's just hard work. It doesn't make you go any faster than, let's say, that stroke, the
Yeah,
crawl.
don't do that. That stroke on radio doesn't work. The crawl, yeah.
So I was watching that, thinking, that's annoying.
Yeah.
And then they got onto the running bit, and my mate's in this race.
Yeah.
Now, they do the side shot, don't they? So you can see who's in the lead.
Sure.
And then they do that front shot, where it's absolutely pointless. The only reason to do the front shot, I think, is to keep women interested. Because you can basically see his tackle going from left to right, being battered all over the place.
Why were you looking?
Seriously, you had no choice. If you wanted to watch it, it was like, I was interested if he was going to win, but it's like,
But why did you turn over and watch Charlie's Angels instead?
because I wanted to see if he won the race.
Or flip back at the end.
Just flip back to get the result if you don't.
Well,
yeah.
Or at least turn away or close your
Well,
eyes
that's what you've
on the
seen.
front shot.
No, I wasn't. I just... Suzanne
weird.
was happy. Suzanne was loving it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Just go to the other shot. But they were showing you the front shot and running along there. They could have just shown the top half, but they didn't.
Sure.
It was there.
There's his heads moving along at 25 miles an hour. Yeah. Well, I think you're meant to see the running, the actual legs moving. It's athletics coverage, isn't it? It's not like...
Well, they don't show you a shot from behind.
Did you want that?
Oh, no, I didn't want that either.
It sounds like you were disappointed.
Yeah. Play a record.
What are we having? Radiohead?
Yeah, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? That's not to you. Please don't go to sleep. We've got another hour and 35 minutes of fun chat and great music on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Pilky, or K-Man Pilkers, little baldy twat mank whinging, a little bit bent Pilkers.
There he is.
There he is there.
Now, Rick, you may remember that last week we opened with some quality knob news.
Knob news, yeah.
It was
Hitler's knob.
Hitler's knob was one of them. That just sparked off into a whole bunch of other knob related discussions.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased so far to see that we're almost at the halfway mark for this first hour, and so far we've only talked about nudity and or todgers.
Yeah.
So excellent work from us. Well done, lads.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Dr. Fox and the rest of the Sony award committee listening to this one.
Yeah.
But more knob news. I don't know if there's a jingle for that, maybe.
You nearly had the eye out. Knob news.
Knob news, excellent. This is an extraordinary story. A woman tried to sue her bosses for £210,000 after finding a cooked penis in a canteen stew. Hospital cleaner Sophie, something, I can't pronounce that name, was eating goulash for lunch and could not cut one of the lumps of meat. You can see where it's going.
I've got so many questions already.
I know. She picked it up and tried to chew it, but it was too tough. Then she inspected it with workmates, who all agreed it was a penis. Imagine that discussion.
Yeah.
Miss McLarter said she vomited for the rest of the day, instantly became a vegetarian, and had to have psychiatric help. It's not known whether the organ was from a human. The case continues.
Well, it can be found out, so that's one thing. Obviously, that doctors aren't confused. They're not going, I don't know, I've never seen one like it.
Yeah.
Also, why is she eating goulash?
I know.
I mean, that is my first question. Why,
Yeah.
you got your, lunch, what do you want? I fancy some goulash.
Yeah. Oh, some gooly lash.
Gooly lash,
Thanks very
like
much
it.
indeed.
Lancashire cockpot
Oh,
is
brilliant.
on the menu.
Brilliant.
Only £5.50.
Wangers and mash.
I'd love some wangers and mash, please. If you've got any knob-related puns, knob-food-related puns, then call XFM on 3426 14094.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Call Chris Miles at radio1.xfm.whingingmank.
Yeah.
Cock-co-k.
Cock a van.
Cock o' van.
It's already done for
There's
you.
there's wangers and mash, cock o' van, Lancashire cockpot. You know.
That's just off the top of our brains.
Yeah.
So, if you've got any of your own, keep them to yourself. We're not interested. What do you make of that, knob news?
And he's in a hospital.
I don't think so. Oh, yes, it was a hospital cleaner. You're right.
Oh,
cleaner.
God. I know how your mind's thinking already.
There's been a mix-up.
What kind of mix-up?
I love that. What, some bloke's gone in, some lesbian's gone in, wanted a sex change, she's got a carrot for a cock.
Bit of stewing steak.
Stewing steak. Oh, that would be great. You're not a doctor, you butcher. It's not funny.
There was some other news, whilst we're doing the knob news, just cram this one in. There was some story on some news website about some lad who, wasn't happy with what had been given.
Right.
What do you mean? He had an op?
No, he wanted to have an op.
He wasn't happy with what God had given him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the Lord had popped downstairs for it.
Sure.
And,
Sorry, no, wait a minute. Was he a bloke who wanted it?
yeah, fella.
And what he wanted, he didn't want a knob, or he wanted a bigger knob?
Wanted a bigger one.
Right, okay.
And, cost £5,000.
Right.
And they made a mess of it.
Well, how do they make a mess of it?
Don't know, it came out smaller than they went in with.
Well, no, what do you mean?
That's
I don't know all the ins and outs.
Oh, God.
It's just
Well,
like he borrowed the money off his
There's been
mum.
a slight mix-up.
He borrowed the money off his mum?
I love that.
How bad is that?
What do you want for your birthday, son?
Yeah.
Interesting. Thanks, Mum, for asking.
A couple of bits of news as well. Hello, Doctor. How did it go? Well, firstly, don't look under the bandages and don't have the goulash for lunch.
It was smaller than you went in
Mum,
with.
we got $5,000. Why? Just gonna fuck with that. Tell me what it's for.
You can have it if you tell me what it's for.
Well, look at that. Oh, you need a bigger one. Yeah, definitely. There's the money. On you go. Nothing can go wrong. What did he say to the doctor then? That's rubbish.
I didn't read all the ins and outs. I just, like I said, I saw it.
Just
and
look for the
thought,
picture.
They want a picture.
But you just thought, well, thanks for it. You just thought you'd pop that one in. Thanks.
Yeah, that's the end, Knob News Extra. Play record, Carl.
So if you've got any knob news, we've got one more show left. Send that to ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and we'll hopefully get that knob news on air next week.
Yeah. Alright.
Some Dizzy Rascal.
Oh, Dizzy Rascal, yeah, he's one of the hot new English rappers. Let's play it.
Loosen Your Hold. South. That's great, and I love that one. On XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Good
Carl,
choice, Rick, good choice.
Carl, cheers. What are you thinking, Carl? What have you been doing this week?
What's been going on?
Yeah.
You'd be miserable because of the heat, obviously.
That's getting me down.
Yeah.
It's just the way people wander about as well with next to now on.
Yeah. I'm always amazed by, the men, because there's a certain breed of man, sometimes it's kind of builders, mechanics, taxi drivers, van drivers, but not necessarily, students, all sorts of guys, and you also watch them walking down the street, they'll be walking down the street, girls, you know, will see in their sort of summer gear, and it's literally, you know, eyes, you know, look at those legs, oh, knockers, oh, I can't believe my luck, oh, you know, and they're sort of talking to their mates, they're checking it, oh, it's an ours, I can't believe it, oh, and it's like they sort of forget, there's like some kind of amnesia that sweeps over them during the winter
Like
months.
it's a surprise.
Yeah, and then it's like every time summer rolls around again and girls pop on, they goes, I can't believe it, where have they been? They're back.
Yeah.
And they get so excited.
Excuse me, love, have you had tits under there all winter?
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Bloody hell.
I can't believe it. It's great to see him again.
Yeah.
And then he gets to sort of October and they go, where'd they gone?
They just don't say anything, they just like get on with it, they're reminded.
They completely forget for sort of half the year.
There was a fella this morning, I just nipped out having a cup of tea, reading the paper, reading that bit about nudists and that.
Sure.
And little old fella, must have been 75.
Okay.
Walks past, shoes, socks, sort of shorts, but because he's old, I don't think he's got like a normal pair of shorts. So with like suit pants, but short. So really smart shorts that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with him being old and thin,
Yeah.
it's just, don't do that. Don't walk around like that.
What, the legs?
The legs and the back. He looked like a little tortoise without his shell on. And you get everybody outside the cafe.
I've always wanted to see a torch without its shell on.
Yeah.
Just to see if it would run really fast and go, this is brilliant. Just scamper along.
I saw a grotesque thing. I think it's Britain's fattest man. I'm not sure. He was huge. I mean, I don't wish him any ill, but so big. It was ludicrous. He was waddling down, Oxford Street, and he was, I mean, genuinely, you know, I'm not a big fan of, you know, ginormous people. Rit Waller, for instance, turns my stomach. This guy was twice as big. He was extraordinary. And he sat down on a big bench and literally took up the whole space. And he reached into his bag, he's having his lunch, and he was eating an apple. And I really felt like I wanted to slap him on the back and go, it's a bit late for that, mate.
It's probably starting now. He's probably starting thinking that I'm gonna make a change. And imagine if you'd have said that.
Yeah.
And it'd been awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah. He cut it in half, put it between two slices of chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get that.
And waited for a pig to come past, shoved it in his mouth.
Exactly.
Just swallowed it whole.
I don't know how he gets that big. And he was like, he'd come out to sort of soak up some of the sun. You know.
Well, you look better with a tan.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he wearing loose black clothes?
He was, of course he was wearing
that
loose
works
black
up to a point.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's not fooling anyone.
Was it vertical stripes?
Yeah.
To make it look thinner.
Just people just walk past and think it's night.
Yeah.
So, Carl.
So that's you know, that's been annoying me with the weather and that.
Yeah.
And then
I love the warm weather. Although I can't sleep at night. I had 2 hours in front, just went and lay down in front of the window, in front of the French window, just because it was just too hot last night. But if I can sleep, I love hot weather. I love walking around when it's sunny. It's better for you. People are usually happier in hot weather. The sun is good for you. I mean, it has been hot. I mean, it's 100 degrees. It's probably too hot to work, but...
Mental, I can't think straight and stuff.
Yeah, your little baldy head, isn't it bad for it? Because it just... Doesn't it get you, make your brain a little bit hot?
Well, I mean, I'm just got my head on show. What about the nudists? Worry about them before you worry about me. Right? Yeah, another thing that happened in the week, you know, I've just had builders round, sorting the kitchen out.
Yeah, sure.
So virtually skint. but another problem happens. Boiler starts playing up.
Right.
Right. So, and you've got to have a shower in this weather. You've got to be able to have a shower and that and freshen up and what have you.
Well, I have a shower every day anyway. I mean, 2 sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you haven't got any hot water, you can't, can you? Right?
Cold shower's alright, isn't it? Go on.
So anyway, fella comes round.
Yeah.
90 quid.
90 quid.
90 quid. All he did, turns up, says, oh, yeah. Just bang it.
90 quid.
Bang the boiler. That's 90 quid.
Last time I banged a boiler, it cost me 90 quid.
And there was a lot of leakage then. So I you know.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I do sympathise.
But do you know, like, I catch them out as well. Do you know, like, you know, I know they're up to no good and stuff. They don't earn the money.
Sure.
And he was in the bathroom, so I sort of creep up and I try and stick my head round the door to see what he's up to.
When a bloke in the bathroom?
Right.
That's weird, isn't it? So you creep up to a man in the bathroom and put your head round without seeing you? Go on, though.
Fair enough.
Right, do you want to go over what happened that time when we were in the pub and I go to the toilet and you're trying to get in?
What happened?
Is that normal?
Go on, what happened? Go on, I'm not ashamed. What happened? Go on, say it. Say it.
What happened? Well, don't start a story and then don't finish it.
Or we'll do it later.
He was in the cubicle, and he got in the cubicle to have a piss to avoid me annoying him, right? So what I did, I got some of that liquid soap, and I just put it over and squirted on him, and he came out going, look, it looks like someone's just effing jizzed on me. I've got effing jizz on me back.
I had to walk through Soho without me back.
I was walking through Soho, and when was it we had to go to the, when we went to the Ivy with those people? Wednesday.
Or something like that, yeah.
We had a business meeting, right? And, we were walking out the Ivy, it was about 11:30, and I was going down Old Compton Street, and as I got to just going past Mamma Mia, something hit me on the shoulder. I looked down, and obviously it was bird shit, but just for a split second, I thought it looked like jizz, and I just thought, oh God, because no, and I sort of wiped it off, and I thought, right, I got to wash my hands and like get in. It obviously wasn't jizz. It was pigeon shit or something, right? But I had this pamphlet once when I was at ULU. Terence Higgins Trust left this pamphlet, and it was all stuff like safe sex, and it was stuff like. Honestly, I swear, it said things like, you don't have to have full anal intercourse. It said you can do lots of other things with your lover, like, it said like come into some fruit, e.g. a melon. It says, with friends, just come on the back of one of them, right? And then this is the bit that made me think, and I thought, oh my God, when I looked down sort of my shoulder, it says, come out of a window!
Yeah, on any passing celebrity.
Oh God! Oh, I'll get that pamphlet. If anyone's got that pamphlet, it was brilliant. So, yeah.
Good, right, well, let's play a record.
Do you reckon Noel Edmonds did stuff like this on his show? He's Monkey News.
Spunky news.
Coming up, Monkey News. That's the sort of linked. This is... Dr. Fox is no better than this.
No.
You must see we're getting better now.
Yeah.
Have you got any other news there, Carl?
Well, you were just talking about, bird muck.
What a classy show this is.
Yeah.
Bit of
I imagine someone just having a barbecue, tuned into this.
Yeah. Can you turn the radio off? He's talking about coming out of windows again, darling. It's putting me off my sausages.
Oh, well, I was walking down the street and this pigeon, sparrow, whatever, did its thing, and it landed on my ear, and I was like, oh God. So I thought, well, I'm not going to wipe it off.
Why not?
Because I don't want to get it on my hands. Right? So I thought I'd leave it till I get home. So it's probably
So
about...
you went to work.
Oh, met some friends.
Yeah.
Not about midnight.
Went on the pool.
So I was best man, so after the speeches. That is brilliant.
No, it was on there for, I don't know, half an hour or something like that.
Brilliant.
Get home and get
Did it not kind of slowly ooze down your neck?
No, it's fairly hard.
Right.
And, sort of corroded my ear.
What are you talking about?
Why did you leave it there, though? Why not just wipe it off with something? You can't, I can walk round
Pop in a newsagent and buy some tissues.
But then I look stupid.
Where is the bird smoke on your ear?
Brilliant. They're all wearing that now.
But no, what is it they eat?
It's alkaline. No, it's really strongly alkaline, isn't it? Or is it acidic? I don't know. Maybe someone knows. Is bird milk acidic or alkaline? But it's corrosive, yeah.
Weird,
Yeah.
weird.
Isn't
It
it?
didn't seep into your brain.
Listen, do you want to set up Songs of Phrase?
Yeah.
Oh, God. If you've not heard the show before...
I thought we weren't doing this week.
I thought we weren't.
No, we'll do it once, right? And then next week's the last one, so we'll do Rockbusters.
That might be the last one ever, depending on whether Carl decides to come back in October or not.
I'm bored of it. I told you I'm bored of it.
Why are you bored with it?
I get bored quick with stuff.
Yeah.
I told Suzanne the other night, I was lucky she was, that I haven't got rid of her yet. She's... Do you know what I mean? Things...
You put on a soft music though first, didn't you? You didn't just like start getting that around. You know you're a very lucky girl. Sorry? Well, I usually get bored with you and that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You're lucky you haven't pissed off.
Yeah. Do you want to open the champagne or what?
Well, she was annoyed the other
Carl,
night.
what's that on your ear? Don't worry about it. Pigeon shit, aren't it?
We're walking to the pictures, right, to go and see Bruce Almighty.
Sure.
Why?
And just something to say, innit?
Yeah. So you were trying to sneak in the back.
So on the way, cutting across Leicester Square, and those fellas who sell roses, he comes over. Do you want one? Do you want one? I said, don't do that. She's allergic to them. Right. So he'd go away.
Yeah.
She got all annoyed about that.
Because she's not allergic to them.
Well, she's not allergic now, but they're about £3 each.
What
But the point of that, Carl, is not that she really wants a rose, it's that you're willing to spend £3 on her.
Taking us to the pictures.
How much was that? That was £8 each. Did you pay for it though?
But didn't you ever, if I know you had her dressed up as a small child.
yeah.
Me and my son, please.
Or you've made her sit on your shoulders and wear a long coat.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, listen, Songs of Phrase then.
You paid for her to go in and then you went and had a pint while she watched it.
Yeah, there's no point in both of us seeing it, but tell me about
Tell
it.
me what it's like.
Oh, right, Songs of Phrase.
So let's explain what Songs of Phrase is.
You do it.
Okay. Oh, really? If you think that Carl is bored with life, then you will be even more bored once you have heard this particular quiz. The gist of it is that Carl has taken a well-known phrase
Well,
or saying...
no, I'll stop you there. Not a well-known phrase. Something that he said once.
on this show.
Yeah, probably.
And he's somehow compiled together a number of different songs which have somehow built up that particular phrase or sentence.
If it's anything about Chinese people, Philip Bailey will be involved. That's all I can say.
Okay, let's hear it then, Carl.
Right.
Alright, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that was. This is appalling.
I don't know
This is
what
appalling.
that is. Carl, I do not know what that is. What is the phrase?
I just was saying last week about everyone's raving about Galileo.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Raving about Galileo.
No, they're not. No,
That sounds
they're
like
not.
a sort of B-side from
Yeah.
the Buggles.
Everyone's raving about Beyonce and Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
They're not. People
They're
going,
pop
what,
idol.
What are you into? Galileo's good. Yeah.
Forget it.
No!